I think when it comes to entry-level tequilas, I think if you have never had a tequila shot or you want to try a good sipping tequila, I think Don Julio 1942 would be the best entry-level tequila that you could do. It's expensive. We charge $18 a shot. It's $25 to $35 anywhere else, but it is the easiest sipping tequila on the market, I think. Clase Azul Reposado is another one. It comes in a big blue and white ceramic bottle. One of the most iconic bottles on the back bar for sure. But it's, I mean, it just has a sweetness to it that makes it so easy to drink. And I think really if you're trying to introduce yourself to a sipping tequila, one of those two is the best introduction to it that you can do. And I'm not the biggest fan of the expensive tequilas. I think the extra añejos, they lose a lot of their agave characteristics, and I think they take on way more of the barrel after 3 years. So I think it's not as much agave after 3, 5, 7 years. And that's for I mean, you put a tequila in a barrel, by 5 years, you've probably lost 25% of that tequila. They call it the angel share. So it literally evaporates. So the more it ages, the more expensive it gets because you lose so much more. So after probably 10 years, you probably only got half of what you put in it to begin with. So that's why it's so expensive, the longer it ages. You're literally losing some over the course of time. So that's why the extra añejos are so expensive. That's why you pay the premium for a tequila that's been aged. The longer it's aged, the more you pay, ideally. So Clase Azul, for example, is the Reposado I was talking about that we charge 14 bucks a shot for it. It's great. They just introduced their añejo, and it jumps from $15 for the Reposado to $65 for the añejo. And it is probably the easiest shot in the restaurant. I mean, you're paying for it, but it's very easy. For that reason, though, it's almost too easy to drink, so I don't think I appreciate it because I mean, I just spent $65 and I drank it in 30 seconds. So, Siete Leguas is a tequila. It's the old Patron recipe is what it is. So Patron originally started distilling in the same place as this brand called Siete Leguas, which we carry at all of our locations. And Siete Leguas was the name of Pancho Villa's favorite horse, I guess. But it's the original Patron recipe, so it's what made Patron what it is here in the States. And Patron has since obviously gone on to produce way more than this distillery could handle, so they've got their own factories now. But they still produce this Siete Leguas in the same distillery that they had when Patron 20 years ago was doing it there. So it's really interesting, almost a history lesson to see. I mean, Patron, they mass produce it, so it is what it is. It's fine. It's very one note. It's very mass produced. So I mean, it is what it is, and it's fine to drink. But you're able to pick other things out when you're drinking a smaller produced tequila or a smaller batch tequila. So I felt like I was rambling right there, but.